My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. Sometimes the most painful part of getting sick is the getting better part. Waiting on hold for an appointment, sitting in crowded waiting rooms, standing in line at the pharmacy, that's painful. Amazon One Medical and Amazon Pharmacy remove those painful parts of getting better with things like 24/7 virtual visits and prescriptions delivered to your door. Thanks to Amazon Pharmacy and Amazon One Medical, healthcare just got less painful.
All right, here we go. Oh, up your way. There we go.
Nice, got it. On my chest, and watch this. Onto my thigh, and stall. I'm stalling.
You
All right,
are.
Andrew, I'm going to hack it over to you. There you go.
It got me right in the eye.
Andrew.
Oh, my God. I hate this game.
Take it off the eye, to your thigh, to your foot, and give it back to one of us, dude.
You could cradle. You
God.
could have cradled. That's legal in hacky sack. You know that, Andrew.
We had 15 hacks. That's our record, and we were going to go to 16, and you blew it.
God.
I hate this game, and I hate this place.
What are you talking about, Andrew? Everyone knows we have to hacky sack on the corner every Thursday at 4. It's Colorado rules.
I don't want to live here anymore.
Oh, no. Has somebody fallen out of love with their city again?
That's right.
We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake while the Grawlix sings. We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake while the Grawlix sings. We're getting big, our worries are mixed. Let's have some cake while the Grawlix sings.
They say to be the hero of your life, not the victim. But I say, why not just be a passive bystander? Why not just let it happen? Don't really feel any way about it. You can't control it, so just sit back and watch. Bored almost. This is your life. You got nothing to do with it. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
And I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orvidal.
This is the Grawlix Saves the World, a comedy podcast about bettering your world. And yeah, I just say stop fighting it. Stop trying to be the hero. Stop trying to be the victim. Just be a guy who's there, experiencing it. Some might even say enduring it. This is life. We all got to do it. So shut up already.
I feel like 2025 ACH has a kind of punched out dude, bro. Kind of
Punched out, dude.
My dude's a little punched out. Little Nile. I'm feeling a little Nile.
Little no input, no output, just witness your life, no agency.
Hell
What's
yeah,
going on,
dude.
buddy?
Fucking
What's going
totally Nile. This guy is like fucking Nile.
You're like the fifth Ninja Turtle. Now.
People will be like, what's wrong
we got
with
pizza.
him?
I'm good.
I don't give a shit, dude.
People will be like, what's wrong with him? And I'm like, he's got a touch of the lism. You know what I mean? And that's for real.
The lism.
He's got a touch of it.
I think a lot of listeners are like, what's wrong with Adam? But I think most of them are like, what's wrong with Ben and Andrew that they don't realize this is the way to be?
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can cut out feeling.
Uh-huh.
You can cut out pain. And yeah, you cut out joy.
Right.
But you cut out pain.
You sound like a Marvel villain.
Yeah, exactly. You do. Like, it is very much like if you were watching this, you'd be like, I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, but you
I
know
think
he has to be taken down.
Exactly.
It's that
Like, he
kind of
has
bad
to
guy.
die.
You're like, he's got a point, but he's going to get
Exactly.
taken down.
Yeah.
It's like libertarians. It's like, well, you know what? You just got to figure it out on your own. You're like, all right, you got to go. You got to go.
Well, but I think your new nihilism,
Nile. N-U-N-I-H-L, yes?
Yeah. No. You're
New
Nile.
Touch of the lism.
Your touch of the lism.
Yeah.
I think has made you more present. I want to say that.
For sure.
I think you've been far more in the moment. Can I say that?
I mean, hold on.
That is a question.
Hold on. Yeah, you can.
Wow, you're more thoughtful too. I like that you make people stop while you think about stuff.
Exactly.
That's
I love
just
that you
cool to
take-
do in a conversation. Whoa, stop.
Stop.
Okay, keep going.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
It shows them that you're paying attention and you're really thinking about what it is that they're saying to you.
You should totally
Whoa,
fuck with people.
whoa, stop. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
Doing that in how bad would that fuck with somebody?
Oh man,
if you did
You'd
that
be
regularly.
Like, wait, you can't think while I talk? I'm not that fast.
It's so great because it's such a fucking nag. You're really provoking them, but you're provoking them with thoughtfulness. Like I'm extra listening to you.
You're being in the moment. It's truly in the moment. We don't catch everything, and sort of, we're probably all kind of thankful that no one catches everything. You know what I mean? Like, because that would require you being like, whoa. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Fact checking, collating, cross-referencing.
Whoa. Hold on.
I did see, we're laughing about it, but I did see an interview with Theo Von and Anthony Jeselnik, and Anthony Jeselnik is blowing Theo Von's mind. Not difficult to do, but Theo Von is literally in the interview being like, wait, as he's trying to like catch up to these thoughts.
Just a student in the back of a class speed writing notes.
Oh, I was gonna say he's like an 8-year-old kid who just got into the 80-mile-an-hour fast pitch at the fucking batting cages,
spinning around, throwing his bat. His
No.
So
pause the machine. The machine doesn't pause.
Yeah.
But okay, so
oh my god.
Oh, that's
Since
so
I've
good.
adopted my new now, I gotta tell you, women find me irresistible. That's
really
sort of weird.
That's a bad boy shit.
You guys have probably noticed, like on Grawlix shows, it's hard to perform because of all the panties and bras being thrown up there.
Oh, I thought it was like a fire victim fundraiser you were doing.
Don't like the word panties for some reason.
No, what would you call them?
Underwear.
Okay, I mean that's about as boring as you can get.
Your grandma wears underwear.
Adam's getting
Panties wear
panties.
My grandma wears a coffin, is what my grandma
Wow.
wears.
Hey,
She's
can I
not
say
alive
something?
anymore.
That's kind of hot too.
You think they put underwear on the corpse, or do they just have him in their commando? Think about it. Think about it.
Or do they put panties on the corpse, Ben?
That sounds like panties on the corpse. Sounds like
That's
a new goth night.
Yeah, it sounds like some metalcore band that you'd see on Catatonic
that'll be
Youth.
Ben's 5th band in like 6 months.
Panties on the corpse.
Oh, come see Panties at the Corpse. We're playing down at Push nightclub this weekend. Wait,
Ben's got eyeliner on.
That's
He's
actually a really good question. Do they put underwear on bodies?
Right, because they dress them up.
You got to pick out your grandparents' like final underwear.
You bury your 88-year-old grandmother in a pair of like high V fucking thongs that no one knows.
It's hot pink. Yeah.
Just the sad moment, somber moment for the grandson going through the panty drawer.
Grammy's
driving him over to the morgue.
Grammy's getting a second chance in heaven, boys.
Listen, when she sees Grandpa again, he's going to be fired up. So,
Meanwhile, Grandpa's up there with the most ratty hold up underwear you've ever seen in your fucking life.
Well, that would mirror real life then.
Yeah.
I mean, oh God. Well, that was a great episode today, guys. Good
Great
job
episode.
today. And I think
We
figured
talked
it out.
about
once again, I don't
undies
care if it was good or bad,
on
but
a
I was
corpse.
here.
Wow.
God.
I
If
mean, this might be
anybody-
working with women, but I hate it. So
If you can message us on social media or on Patreon, if you know the answer, if they put underwear on bodies.
I think we do have a fan who's like an Undertaker, if I remember right.
But I bet
I think we do.
I mean, straight up, I bet you at the morgue where they're dressing these people at the funeral home, they have a drawer of like Costco underwear of every size. And like, I bet you a lot of people forget the underwear. And they
really?
Because you're like mourning and you're like, this was grandma's favorite skirt. You're not thinking about like bras
exactly
and underwear.
And what an impossible decision.
Yeah.
A bra? You got to put a bra on a corpse? Women hate wearing bras. You're sending grandma off to Valhalla with a fucking Underwire bra.
Remember when they called it boulder holder and fucking over the shoulder boulder holder? That's what
I've
we
never
called.
heard that in my life.
I've never heard that in my
Never
life.
heard that?
That
Oh,
has
that
got to
was-
be from Maine.
That's Maine shit right there. That's some deep
Over
wood
the shoulder, boulder holder.
That's the.
You say stuff like that every once in a while, and I'm like, this is why Ben's the way he is.
This is
Because he had to deal with this shit.
the deep south of the far north. Holy shit. Over the shoulder boulder holder.
Fucking, she's got an over the shoulder boulder holder.
Like if some kid said that to me, I just walk into the nearest lake. I just walk in fully clothed, and I'm like, I'll be in here.
Yeah, because you're so horny and the water is cold.
Right.
Another one that we used to say, just side note, if somebody was very unattractive,
Oh,
They would
I
s-
can't wait.
Yeah,
they
can't
would
wait for
say,
this one.
and Brian Cook can back me up on this. This is a main thing. Would
A way
say,
to pull in a fucking credible expert. Great.
Brian Cook, writer for the Kimmy Kimmel show.
Kimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel's Little Sisters YouTube show. Jimmy Kimmel show. They used to say, "Oh fuck, he looks like he played goalie for the dart team," which is
Yeah. Somebody threw a bunch of darts at his face.
yeah, he plays
Wow.
goalie for the dart team. You don't think that that's funny?
Andrew, do we have any like a letter or anything today?
You guys don't know gold when it's set at your feet. Anyway, Andrew, you messaged me earlier. You said you had a letter for us, and that
I decided to forego a listener letter and selfishly bring in an issue of my own to the podcast. Sometimes we do
I see
this.
what's happening here, Adam. I see what's
Sometimes-
happening here. This is quickly becoming We Fix Andrew podcast.
We fix
It doesn't
Andrew.
sound that catchy, but I think it's a hit. Welcome to We Fix Andrew.
It's actually kind of funny.
But I have an issue that's been on my mind, and I thought you two were the perfect people to bring it to.
All right. Is it because Adam is a writer and I'm a gifted entertainer and mimic? Is that why you brought
And
it?
a new nihilist, so you know that my
New
advice
Nile
is
Nile.
real because I don't
Your advice
care.
will be hopeless
That's
and
good. I didn't
bleak.
even
I'm
think
looking
about it.
forward to it.
Adam, he's probably coming with you because you're NU umlaut Nile. I bet that's what it is. He needs a nihilistic point of view. Put that.
I don't. Trust me.
I do want to say new nihilist sounds like a school of like philosophers. Like I'm one of the new nihilists.
Oh
One of
my
the new
God.
It sounds
does.
like it's so insufferable. Can you imagine being at dinner and someone's like, I'm following the new nihilist thought movement? I'd be like, I'm leaving. I'm getting a
It
pizza.
actually doesn't sound that far fetched though, like at all. Like I could.
I would actually be surprised if it didn't already exist.
This is why this Marvel hero must be destroyed.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew. Well,
All right.
We love you, Ish, and
Right.
we are willing to help Ish.
Right.
Thank you, Ish. So here's my issue that I bring to you, and we'll take a break so you two can ponder it. But the overall issue is that I live here in Denver. I was born here and grew up here. I've lived here off and on for the majority of my life, and I can't stand living here anymore. The city has consistently changed in ways that frustrate me and infuriate me. And the city that I grew up in and recognized has kind of changed into a city I barely recognize and can't stand being in. And I'll tell you up front, I can't move. So Adam, I'm taking that off the table for you. I can't move. My daughter.
I wanted him to tell you to go to Margaritaville or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
in
I know.
Florida.
And he was probably sitting on that egg, just feeling real confident.
Can you put in some sounds of a guy walking upstairs and slamming a door? I'm done.
I can't move. My daughter lives here, so that is not an option. So I came to you two.
But she's how many years away from college?
Like 3 years.
Okay, so
You can move into
New
a dorm with her.
Nile,
Move into the
Adam.
dorm right next to her.
No. Adam.
So-
Adam. Save that.
I know.
Save that.
And I'll tell you the things I do like about the city, if this helps you at all. I
Green
love
chili.
I hate green chili.
Oh my God!
I
Why
literally
are you living here?
It triggers my gag reflex. Even tasting green chili, I'll like gag at the
Well,
table.
you
That's
put the
insane.
spoon all the way back to the end of your throat. That's
yeah, I'm
why.
trying to take it like medicine, and
He's trying to impress the cook in the back. Watch this.
He goes all the way to the second knuckle on his thumb.
just deep throating green chili. Yeah, I don't like green chili, but
That's
I love
wild.
I love my real life friends here in Denver. That's a plus. I do like the healthy comedy scene. We still have a great stand up scene. So those are some things that I like about the city. But I came to you two because you two are the most stalwart defenders of Denver I know. Adam, as someone who was born here and grew up here, and Ben, as a transplant champion who champions Denver so hard, a lot of people might be surprised to learn that he's in Maine until he says something like over the shoulder Bolton, and then they're
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean, no
okay,
wonder
this guy's not from
That could
Denver,
be
but-
from Leadville, Colorado. You don't know.
That's not far off.
Yes.
So yeah, so I bring this issue to the two of you because I can't think of any sons of Denver better equipped to help me out with it.
Oh,
Well-
Andrew, let me hold your hand. Let me beg you to stay. Can't wait for the second act.
Get out of here, you fucking California transplant.
I'm not
piece of
moving.
shit.
Takes.
I
Oh,
told you
That's
I'm
what
not
it
moving.
takes.
Adam, Andrew, you are correct. Adam and I love this city. You are correct. Adam and I know the city's anthem, the Denver city anthem by
it rolls
heart.
right off the
Adam,
tongue.
let's sing it together.
Tag team, back again. Checks in effect said, let's begin. It's party on, party people. Let me hear some noise.
Didn't they go to Manual High School?
Hell yeah. Whoop. There it
It
is.
is. Won't they had in Manual High School, they had a plaque.
They
and-
still do. They have like a commemorative plaque of like their Grammy or whatever. They went to Manual High School. Tag team. Whoop, there it is. But that's been cleaned up from whoop that ass. Real heads know.
Wow.
So we have our question.
We'll
and
take
we
a break.
have Our new Nile Adam.
Yes, I do believe in something.
Yeah. You were so passionate. I'm part of the new whoop, there it is movement.
Yeah, well, we have our question, Andrew, and I want to say you did truly come to the right place. We are two Denver experts.
Truly. And if you're
yeah.
listening to this elsewhere in the world and you're like, I don't know jack shit about Denver. In fact, I'm not even in the
You're about to
United
learn.
States. Yeah. Well, first, maybe you'll learn a thing or two about our little fair city. But secondly, maybe so you can relate to some of this and maybe you can use this in your life. So maybe that's the
100%,
sub-challenge for you two, is to make this advice maybe applicable for more than just me.
For sure, but I will start that sub-challenge by framing your question, I think, globally as like, what do you do when you're sick of your city for whatever reasons? Denver happens to be a lot of insane growth, and you burn out
but
on it.
You burnt out, but you can't leave. You're stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How
Maybe
do
you got a
survive
job you can't leave. You got a family you can't leave.
it? Mhm.
The old ball and chains tying you down.
Court ordered can't leave. Who could say? Who could
A
say?
lot of
But
things. Don't
we're
care
gonna-
enough to leave.
yeah,
You're landlocked. You're on a small island. You're alone.
that's the opposite of landlocked.
Yep, Andrew's right. We're going to take a break. We will be back in the second act with some excellent advice about city ennui. Ben, take a knee. In the meantime, enjoy these ads unless you are a member of our Patreon, in which case you are listening ad-free, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Imagine what's possible when learning doesn't get in the way of life. At Capella University, our game-changing FlexPath learning format lets you set your own deadlines so you can learn at a time and pace that works for you. It's an education you can tailor to your schedule. That means you don't have to put your life on hold to pursue your professional goals. Instead, enjoy learning your way and earn your degree without missing a beat. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
ABC Wednesdays. Tim Allen and Kat Dennings star in the new family comedy Shifting Gears.
Dad, I'm broke and I need a place to stay until I figure out what the rest of my life looks like.
So, a couple of days.
When his daughter moves back in.
The last time you walked out that door, you looked back at me and gave me a double bird.
I was 18. The double bird was how I ended all our conversations.
The wheels come off.
Can we try to talk to each other like rational adults?
Have you watched the news lately? That's not a thing anymore.
New Wednesdays, 8, 7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
And we are back. Welcome to Act 2. Thanks to the magic of podcasting. Woo! A little time has elapsed, and we are back with my issue, me for once, me, with the issue of what do you do when you're sick of your city, but you can't move? And my city is Denver, and I came to two of the foremost Denver experts. You'd be hard-pressed. We often joke around about being experts on this podcast. You know, maybe it seems a bit tongue-in-cheek, but for this one, I came to the experts. These guys have doctorates in Denverology, and so I came to them.
Go ahead, Ben.
I just want to say that, honestly, I breezed through the 6 years of schooling. It was the 2 years of clinical.
Yeah, residency was hard for you.
It was. I struggled in my clinicals. And,
But I think you came out forged in the fire. You were stronger for it. It was
like
battle.
refilling soccer balls out of Dick's Sporting Goods Park. You know what I mean? And then, God, what did I do? I did 6 weeks at the rugby stadium in Glendale.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Rugby capital of the USA. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Infinity Park. I was everywhere and slumming it, I should say. Adam here, he's playing
two
the
pretty
big
obscure
four.
references, but I'll accept them.
I love them. The obscurity of it's what makes it everything, even though it's Glendale and Commerce City, but I know that and others don't.
Well, we press them to our bosom and they suckle from the fertile, hard pulsating nipples.
Mile high teat. Andrew, this is not a new issue for you. You and I have had this in the past. We've talked about this. When we were doing Those Who Can, we lived in LA. I think you were pretty truly happy to be out of Denver. You were sort of like, I'm gone and I want to be gone. Is that right? I mean, like
I did like living in LA for sure. I
Adam,
enjoyed it quite a bit.
I'm going to co-sign that and I'm going to support you. I believe one of the first things that Andrew said to me 20 years ago when we met at Comedy Works was, really? I fucking hate Denver. So I think that this dislike of Denver predates any overdevelopment of our fair city. But I do think that what we were talking about, again, as we alluded to at the end of the first act, relates to most cities, and especially most American cities are seeing this massive change within. I think there was a shift from suburbia to inner city living again now. And it has changed city centers, obviously, for the worst. So,
and we all travel a lot for comedy. And I feel like in America, there's two types of cities. It's like cities that are exploding and they don't know how to handle their growth, or cities that are dying. And so like Denver's exploding and doesn't know how to handle its growth for sure. So it was like Nashville, and you just see cranes building horrible mixed-use condo buildings every which way you look, and it's. But
don't you think there's like a third option? Like, I don't know what pops to mind, like a Seattle or something, where it's like, this is just a healthy
everybody
city.
Says Seattle's so fucking
crazy
affordable.
expensive. Yeah.
Look, every city has its downsides. Yeah, Seattle's expensive, but I would put Denver probably right next to it for being expensive nowadays.
Rory Scovel just moved to Denver, and he is like, I'm shocked at how expensive it is. I thought I would be a sort of cheapening coming from LA to Denver. And he's like, and it's not to the degree that I thought it would be.
Well,
the cost
Rory
of living
has a
here has
spending problem.
skyrocketed.
Rory his spending is out of control.
That's true.
I've seen him at the
He
Cherry
bought that
Creek
10-gallon
Mall.
hat. He got the dinner plate belt buckle.
Yeah.
Those alligator skin boots. He's trying to fit in, and it's not working.
It's clumsy and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Rory, what is your malachite budget alone?
This huge malachite jewelry.
Yeah, he bought a geode, like a huge one from a rock and gem shop.
They had to deliver it to his front yard. They craned it in. And that's
I
his
always wondered
geode.
who buys those geodes, and now I know. Rory.
Yeah.
Very weird. Rory buys them.
No, I think I know as a transplant, I moved here in 99 because no one knew anything about Denver. Like it was for people listening outside of, we all know the name Denver now, but I mean, really as like a creative hub, as like a hip city to live in, Denver was not that.
No.
It was like an unrealized gem. You could live here very cheap.
It was like a cow town. I remember when I lived in New York City in the early 2000s, and I would tell people I was from Denver. There were people who thought that I lived amongst like American Indians. This is in the early 2000s. They would ask me about that, and there were people who would think that I like a horse was a common form of transportation for me. They'd be like, "Did you have a horse growing up?" I was like, "No."
Dude, when I went to college in 98 in Connecticut, people were like, so it's like ranches and like farms and horses. And I was like,
it's
no,
a city.
It's a city.
It's a city.
It's a city.
My first callback to the Just for Laughs Festival in 2009, I told people, they were like, "Where are you from?" When I was doing the callback at Stand Up New York, I was like, "Oh, I live in Denver." And I remember someone being like, "What the fuck is in Denver?" Like, why would you live in Denver?
I remember I was there for that callback. I watched you do that. We used to really support each other, and now I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Wow. This is
ate
that new
shit
tube, dude.
I ate shit in 2009.
I was there. I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't ate shit, but I remember you were pissed off.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. It's changed a lot. We could be the old guys. My favorite game is like, what'd you pay for rent in like 2004? It was more artist friendly. It did feel weirder. It felt sketchier, but it certainly was more affordable. And in my mind, more interesting by a long shot.
Man, when I first moved here, the amount of amazing warehouse shows, even how we started the Grawlix. The Grawlix prior to this was called Los Comicos Super Hilariosos. And it was in this area called Rhino that was all...
It was nothing. It was in an art gallery. It was in an unlabeled art gallery space across from a liquor store that provided the only light for like 6 blocks emanated out of this liquor store.
Yeah.
And
for Denver heads, that area was not called Rhino then.
No,
They
it was not.
rebranded it.
Yeah.
It's like River North. They call it Rhino. Back then, it was like the part of Larimer Street that you don't go to.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like 5 points.
It was all warehouses, and like you could be so loud. Like we would just hang out in the parking lot late in that dirt lot beside it. Like you could party there so loud.
And I get on my horse and I'm like, I got to get back to the ranch. Yeah.
So it was more interesting. And I watched a lot of cool artists. Like there's this guy, you guys both know him. He's a great cartoonist, Noah Van Sciver.
Yeah. I
wrote
he's great.
at Westward with him. He's
he's like
phenomenal.
internationally known.
He's a
know
phenomenal artist and a friend, and I love him. And I remember him leaving and him being like, Denver's unaffordable. Denver's like jumped the shark. And I was like, oh no, he was like one of my favorite artists around here.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't afford it. I'm out, And that kind of broke my heart. And I've seen that happen a million times now.
There was a handful who left. They went south to the small town of Trinidad. So we lost a chunk there. We've lost people to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
People. I mean, comics moving to Detroit, like there are people who have left because of Denver's rising cost of living. So, Andrew, you are not alone in your frustration, but you are alone in your being stuck here.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will answer this. You have come to 2 Denverologists and
professors, not just doctors. Tenured professors. So Adam won last
Demaratus.
time. So Adam goes last. So Ben.
All I do is win on this. Does anyone notice I'm on a hot streak?
All I do is win, no
I'm
matter
like,
you
what.
know,
like the-
it's a
I'm
streak.
like the tag team
and
of this
streaks
podcast.
end. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm the tag team of the pod.
So we're gonna time it out. I'm gonna up the time to 4 minutes because
Yeah,
there's
we
only two
should-
of us. There's only
Exactly.
two of us.
I
Okay.
agree.
And you actually know what you're talking about for once. So
Stop it. What you say is hurtful.
All right, Ben. On your marks, get set. Advice.
I don't really have advice on this one, Andrew.
God
and that's
damn
the
it.
tough-
I'll go.
Stop the time. You are no. So I relate to this a lot. The way you feel, because growing up in Maine, that's how I feel about Maine. When people go to Maine, they're like, "I loved Maine. What are you talking about?" I'm not a fan of Maine, and it's not really because of Maine. It is because of growing up there, and it's because you've seen it all, and there's not a lot of novelty to it. There's a lot of memories connected to places and things and emotions you had when you were younger. Maybe, Andrew, can I ask, did you feel trapped here when you were growing up? Did you feel that way growing up in Denver? Like this was you wanted to live somewhere bigger with more excitement, or?
You know, I would say that I didn't, because when I look back, I didn't feel that way. I loved exploring the city. I'd go downtown with my friends all the time, and we'd just like roam around and discover things, and that was so fun to me. But I did keep a picture of New York City in my wallet, as trite as that sounds. I cut it out of a skateboarding magazine, and it was folded up in my wallet. And sometimes I would take it out and I would look at it. Just because I think all the things I loved about Denver and going into downtown and roaming these like steel and glass canyons and you discovering the cool tidbits of the city. New York seemed like it was that times 100 when you looked at that picture. And that was the first place I ever moved on my own when I did leave Denver, was to New York City.
I mean, a lot of the criticisms that I've heard from you throughout our friendship, it feels like it's based around the limitations of this city. Even though this city is growing, it remains very purple. It is a very purple state. Like it is.
What are you talking about? We've been blue for years.
No, outside the suburbs and everything. It's not like New York or LA, where I think when I've seen Andrew living in LA, I saw Andrew very happy with his surroundings. You loved all of the different types of food and like the new surroundings, how you could get totally lost in that city. And I just don't think.
And I had to call you to come pick me up so many times.
Well, and you bought that
Ben,
sea
I don't
kayak.
know where I am.
Remember when you bought that? And I was like, you're out off of Santa Monica. I can't
I did
drive
have
out
a
there.
kayak that I would take in the
you
ocean.
kept trying to get me to go kayaking with you, and I never wanted to go kayaking with you, Andrew. I'm not that type of a person. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of friend. I'm not a kayaking friend.
What I would say is, Andrew, what has worked for me when I go home and I have to visit, or I had to stay there again because I moved back when I met my ex-wife and I hated Maine, was that I made a point to go out and see all the things I hadn't seen and to explore the things that I like. Go find like great restaurants that match what it is that I enjoy, trying to find groups of people that matched better, like new groups of people that matched more of my ideology and like my personal stances. Like, and also like, if you meet somebody who's from outside of here, that also helps. A long distance relationship, bring a lady in, maybe from overseas. Now, hear me out. This is really the crux of
this
it.
advice took such a
Ukrainian
sharp. You hit the
women-
e-brake and
Ukrainian
drifted.
women are
a
looking for an
woman on a
eject.
K1 visa, and I'm going to go beyond this 4 minutes because I'm really hitting
I'll
my
allow it.
stride.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is good.
Because you just thought of something.
And that, so it's fine.
Fine.
I think when you bring in somebody, you bring in a person who needs to come here, right? Because they are financially destitute, and you bring them from another country to the U.S. and you show them around, it opens your eyes. You're like, this is a new city.
Right.
I'm sorry, what are you saying? I don't speak your language, but you could show them and try food. This is good. Like stuff like that. And I think, so try new foods and import
With
a spouse.
Mail order bride.
And they are sort of like beholden to you sexually.
Yeah.
God. Adam.
Such a problem.
Adam, I had
that
to just
didn't need to be
become a
said,
parent.
Adam.
I had to just become a parent of them. Adam, no.
No, Adam.
Sorry
Adam.
that we don't say the unsaid thing about fucking mail order brides.
No, we're not. Listen, I the first part of it.
Kid's lonely. He's lonely, Ben.
It is. And he is, not it is. He
Okay,
is.
well, I'm striking Adam's addendum from the record. Ben's
What?
advice,
This
explore.
is great advice because you
No,
see.
no, I'm
look at
saying-
me, Andrew. Look what I'm doing. I've got my hands over my eyes. I'm opening them wide.
Oh, it
If
looks like you're pretending like you have glasses.
Yeah. If you look at me, they're binoculars.
Jeepers.
They're actually binoculars. Oh, I'm seeing this brand new because you're seeing it. You've never been to America and you're seeing this for the first time. And this is classic American. Take her to the fort in Morrison. Get her some rattlesnake cakes. head on to the top of the ding dang. Hold on a second. Head on to the top of the to the top of the Hyatt Regency. And marvel at the lights of the city, Andrew. And when the fires come.
Ben's improv style has been described as sprinting down a hill.
Too much momentum. Too much momentum.
Whenever Rory goes, you can do like these hour shows of improv. I'm like, you've not seen me try.
That would be the most insane. I would be exhausted. It'd be like,
All
Anyway,
right, Ben's advice, explore the city, twist with a mail order bride.
right.
Okay.
I don't think it's that big of a twist. I think that that's the natural evolution. But if you guys are not willing to explore a little deeper.
No, I appreciate
Put your
the
arm
advice.
all the way down that sleeve, Andrew, and I think you'll see that on the other end, your hand comes out.
Is that another Mainism? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm putting my arm through someone else's sleeve?
No, through your own sleeve, but don't stop halfway through.
I feel
Put
like
your hand all
I'm
the way
dressing
through.
my 3-year-old. Now put your arm through the sleeve
Yeah,
and let
and
your
I'll
hand
be-
comes out.
I'll be
Look.
surprised by where my hand comes out. I don't think I
Exactly,
will. I
yes.
think it's going to come out the bottom of the
Probably gonna
sleeve.
come out the bottom of the sleeve again.
No, it's not. It's you guys are so fucking stupid. You don't even get like I'm on a different level. I've been
that's for
reading
sure.
less,
Yeah.
and I'm on a different level now. I've got
Did you
out
fall
of the
off
way.
your motorcycle?
No,
what happened
I got
to you?
I've been reading less,
He's been
and I
reading
got
less.
out of the way of books, and I let my brain do
I
the
got
work.
out of the way of books. Books coming through. Ben leaps out of the way. I got out of the way of books.
All right, Adam, you now have 8 minutes, like I did.
I got out of the way of books is a great turn of phrase.
Sounds like you did, bud, and it sounds like it's going pretty well.
Thank
for
you. Thank you, guys.
All right. Okay, Adam, on your marks, get set. Advice.
It might surprise you to know that I also am quite frustrated with Denver, Colorado, and the growth bothers me a lot. I think like what happened, my friends and I grew up, I think similar to you, Andrew, kind of like, we got to get out of this place. Our attitude was like, I'm never living here. Like I'm going to grow up here and move and never come back. Then we moved to college. We all went, a lot of my friends went to college out east. And then we all kept coming back and me like, you notice how Denver's getting cooler? Like a lot's going on. And then we all were like, you notice how Denver's affordable? And some of us bought houses and shit like that. And then it just turned. It exploded. My theory is 2008 Democratic National Convention, Obama showed the world how great Denver was. And they were like, agreed. And they came in droves and drove up all the prices. And it's like been kind of downhill ever since.
I also want to add, I think we had a hand in that. Comedians, musicians.
A lot of cool artists. Yeah. They were like, there's a cool scene here. It's affordable. And then it just went.
We were
nuts.
advertising that it was great here.
We were constantly
remember.
flying the Denver flag, and a lot of people. How many comedians have moved here to start? A ton, a fucking ton. So we were guilty in that, but we were also proud of our city and showing it off. And now it's kind of grown out of control. It's grown irresponsibly, in my opinion. There's no like height restrictions. It's views of mountains are getting blocked left and fucking right. It's just kind of like reckless land grabby growth that I hate.
Like the old West, baby.
Well, it does make me feel better when I think about it that Denver has always been a boom town. It's like gold, oil, real estate, weed. Like it's always just been a very short-sighted get what you can in Denver.
What's the next boom, do you think? Drinkable water.
I have no idea.
Livable temperatures.
Probably coastal real estate. So I'm also very frustrated. And Katie and I are often like, man, where should we move? You know, we just like, we fantasize about retiring
Taos, New
somewhere
Mexico.
else. Say it again.
Taos, New Mexico.
Taos,
New Mexico.
Oh, really? You don't like green chili? Pronouncing it Taos? Wow.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
I think I'm done. I'd actually like to end the episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. I don't even know what that
I don't give a
was.
fuck how this guy feels about the city or where he goes.
Yeah. That was gross. The way he said Taos.
Taos.
Yeah.
Y'all go to Taos, New Mexico?
Oh, God.
You don't go to Taos, New Mexico?
You grew up here. Taos is like,
you've never been
6
to
hours
Santife.
away?
You've never been to Santife.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I grew up here. That's in another state. Don't act like Taos is a part of the Denver lexicon.
Of course it is. It's like an easy road trip that I took when I was fucking in 6th grade.
Yeah, to another
Taos.
state. To another state.
When
We're talking
I
about
would
our
go to
state.
Albuquerque, it was truly.
I mean, that one's a fair. That's a fair one.
So many bodies in the Albuquerque.
All right,
Spell
Adam.
Albuquerque right now, Ben.
I can. Oh wait, I want to hear Ben do it.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want. No, because you guys are just going to make fun of how stupid I am.
Let a book hit you.
Yeah, let a book smack you right in the teeth.
Albuquerque.
Do it.
Albuquerque.
Would you like a definition? A sketchy
Could I
city
hear
in New
it?
Mexico.
Excuse me. Could I hear it used in a sentence, please?
A sketchy city in New Mexico that has filming industry, but still is pretty depressed.
No, that's the definition. I would like it used in a sentence, please.
My car broke down in Albuquerque and I was fucked for the weekend.
Okay. ALBUQUERQUE.
That's it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Boom.
All right, Adam, continue with your advice.
By the way, guys, I'm fucking smart. And I think you guys have known that for a long time. And I play the dipshit on this show so well because I'm so fucking smart. Continue, Adam.
I've always found smart people need to tell people they're smart. I
think sometimes you forget because I'm so dumb.
I guess I'll continue. When I get frustrated with Denver, I try to zoom out a little bit. And I try to think of it as this little tiny city on the prairie. Like I think of like the massive prairie to the east, and then I think of the Rocky Mountains, and there's just like this little front range city that's still pretty fucking small, all things considered. And I kind of like that. I like that we're out here alone in this vast landscape. As crowded as it gets, if you zoom out, if you fly in and look at it on a plane, you're like, oh, it's fucking tiny. And there's not that many people here. And the main reason we're all here is the mountains. So when I get frustrated with Denver, I zoom out to Colorado and I explore the mountains and I drive 30 minutes that way. Or I think the prairie's kind of beautiful. I'll go out to the Rocky Mountain Arsenal a lot. And I just try to think about the interesting topography and landscape that we get to exist in the middle of. And the real asset of Denver has always been the fucking mountains. So when I'm sick of the city, I'm like, remember why everyone is here for the most part, which is like to look at those mountains and to go and explore them. People live their whole lives never going to mountains that high. People travel from all over the world trying to get here to go ski or hike or all that. We're very lucky to be that close to that. So I try to view the mountains as an asset, go escape into nature, and then I'm happy to come back to the amenities of a city that would bore you if it didn't have it. Like if Denver had stayed at 2006, you'd be bored, Andrew. There wouldn't be as much restaurants. There wouldn't be as much shit coming through. You're like this. I'm more dynamic than the city is how you would feel. It's got all this shit that it offers you that it wasn't offering you before, in addition to those mountains. So that's my advice. When I get frustrated, I get out of Denver.
Head to the mountains. So just like the bumper sticker on your Subaru says. Okay. All right.
You have, I want to say that advice was dog shit.
Really?
Just a reminder to everybody that this is competitive advice. You have forgot that Andrew is even bored of the mountains. Like, we go up to the mountains and he's like, seen it. Like, he'll be like, and it's one of the most beautiful drives. Now, imagine you were doing that drive with someone who had never been to this country before in the passenger seat of your vehicle saying, wow. And you're like, you're right. I've never noticed this. I've never seen this before.
And you can't tell that person how to dress, but you could certainly buy them something and lay it out for them. And I bet you they'd feel compelled to wear it.
We're not going to be able, Adam, to put this episode out.
And so if you like a person that dresses a certain way, you could be like, there's a gift, and they probably would wear it.
I think we know who won.
It's so terrible.
I'm not saying you order them to, but you are doing a lot for them.
Oh, man.
Out of guilt, I bet they'd wear that outfit.
All right.
It's a tough choice, isn't it?
Well,
Andrew?
you both gave me.
You thought we had hit a low point.
Advice
when we told an elderly couple to become swingers and move to a Jimmy Buffett themed senior living facility. And you were like, this is the low point. Nay, I say.
What?
We have shovels. And
hand us that shovel.
Yes.
And commence
I'm
to
so
watch.
Sorry. I'm telling you what everyone already knows happens. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Well,
Andrew, you have a tough choice ahead of you.
Yeah.
Do you want to go skiing and snowboarding and walking around a retired military munitions dump out on the plains? Or do you want the never-ending
Is that why it's called the Rocky Mountain Arsenal?
Paid companionship.
100%.
The never-ending gift of
it's a munitions dump turned into
that's why
a
it's
birder's paradise.
It was a weapons facility, but they've given it back to nature, and it's now
mostly because there's a lot of shit. This
howitzer is yours.
I saw it's the best birding in and around Denver.
Yeah, because birds are drawn to
guns and bullets
and trash and like no,
they're drawn to open, beautiful landscapes and water.
Sure, they are. That's why some of the best birding
is
at
buried.
A dump on
There's
the
just like
border.
a bunch of weaponry, like buried.
They cleaned it up. I only. Yes, when I bird there, I feel a low hum in my head for a while. So what?
Mm-hmm.
What
calming.
doesn't make you feel like that?
What happens if you could hear the hum in your head of a partner who's humming because they don't speak the language?
The hum in your head. Again, that seems like a problem. I'd worry about the depleted uranium in their system.
They're not understanding a word you say, but boy, are those mountains tall.
Okay, you don't like the Rocky Mountain Arsenal? Go bird in Rocky Flats.
Wasn't that
is that like a toxic
nuclear dump?
You guys.
It was awesome.
At least they named that one a little trickier. They're like, just call it
Rocky Flats. For people who aren't listening, was a nuclear waste facility that is also now a wildlife
birder's paradise
somewhere.
Adam's got 3 testicles, but man, is the birding great.
Andrew.
What
listen,
a choice. What a choice.
No, let's just stop. You're going to pick your choice. You're going to pick mine. We know it because it makes the most sense. But Andrew, the city is changing, but the city is the people. And I think that's what you have to remember, Andrew.
Now what Ben's doing is he's slipping in
doing,
a little extra
he's doing this.
advice at the end.
This is a classic Ben move too.
I'm not at all.
Secondary advice.
I'm talking debate, and I'm talking
I think any
the game.
judge and any jury knows in the closing argument if a new thing is brought up, well, the lawyer hasn't done
Your
their
best
job.
friends are
You're
here.
recapping.
Your brothers. You're brothers. That we've been to battle together, the three of us. We never fight. We never argue. We get along so well. Adam loves me. He loves me. That's why I didn't go to his birthday party. So
I want to see where this is going. I'm allowing it because the setup.
When Ben bombed that callback, I was kind of actually happy.
Dude, that's true though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I'm not going, I don't really want you going all that bad.
Andrew, for real, like you're gonna pick. Just go ahead.
Shut up, Ben. Stop it.
You're gonna pick.
I thought you were setting up a thought and it didn't go anywhere. Okay.
I just wanted you to know that I think of you like a brother.
Oh, okay. So it was pandering, witness tampering. Okay.
I wasn't
great.
What are you talking about? Stating the truth is not tampering with anything. You're like blood to me.
And I think of you as a mail order bride.
That I'd like to show.
I'm not wearing those overalls. I don't care how many times you lay them out for me.
With no shirt underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If every time you came home, Adam
overalls, no shirt, nothing else.
Out your clothes
backwards baseball cap. That's
And
what
they're
Adam
rolled
wants
up-
me to
they're
wear, and I'm
rolled up
not.
to like the knee. I got a farmhand fantasy for Orbital.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew.
All right. Well, Ben's advice, while cloaked in a joke of the mail order bride, there is something to seeing a place through someone else's eyes, showing someone around. You do often kind of see it almost for the first time. You're like, oh yeah, I never really realized that. Or like, you know, people come here, they see the Cherry Creek that winds its way through the city. It's got a pedestrian and bike path down it. And you can like get around the city that way by walking along this creek. Visitors to the city, they see that. They're like, whoa, this creek just like goes through the city. I'm like, yeah, you know, I just kind of shrug. And you see it again for the first time. You're like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of cities that don't have that, especially with like a great, you know, paved path next to it. So there are things like that. And Adam's advice of going to the mountains, also great. Because I do still, while I might be like, I've driven this 1,000 times, I do still find interesting things up there. In fact, Adam and I did a show in Silver Plume, Colorado. I'd never been to the town of Silver Plume. I went, and it was amazing. It's like this
that show is so fucking fun. For people listening, explain
it's a great show. But if more than that, if you have the chance to visit the town of Silver Plume, Colorado, you'll drive by it without even knowing it was there. You will fly by it
off I-70.
You can't.
Nobody goes to
the most quaint, picturesque, tiny mountain town. The tiniest houses. It almost seems, you know, like they're just for display only. It's some of them. It's hard to believe that people live in there.
In 100 years.
Dude, with like a mining main street.
Tiny.
It's amazing.
It's
we walked on. We saw the jail. There's like a tiny little jail built into the hillside
It couldn't be
that
more
we saw.
Western and picturesque.
And yeah, it was just fun to walk around. Like you could take a day trip. It's not even a day trip. It's like fucking 22 minutes from the city, give or take. So you could just shoot up there, check it out.
You
To
get
Silver
past
Plume.
Georgetown in 22 minutes. You slow down, pal.
Yeah.
All right, Adam.
Okay, about 40 minutes.
Just,
About
You get past Georgetown in 22 minutes. Okay. All right, you shot out of a rocket, pal. You slow down.
So ultimately, you both
like
did
this
give me good
character.
advice.
Oh, you're cruising. I'll tell you what.
I tell you what, you're cruising. I hope you got dual airbags and you buckled in, my man.
I'm going to say, gosh, this is tougher than I expected. But I am kind of like, I'm kind of twisting Ben's advice into something that he didn't necessarily say.
And that's all I try to do.
The mail order bride stuff that troubled
I try to put some material. I don't lay out the clothes. Okay. What I do is I try to put several different ideas at your feet and I say, you pick them. But from the ideas at your feet, don't go into your closet. From the stuff
I'm only comfortable presenting the stuff that I've presented. The stuff that's in the closet is not ready to be seen yet.
So creepy. This fictional Adam that we're dealing with in this episode is one of the creepier characters we've ever had.
Ben. I was helping Ben's situation.
Yeah, sure.
Do not blame me for that.
Adam's got a padlock on his
riff
closset.
Was for Ben. I was guessing
not.
Ben.
I didn't even come close to that riff.
Jesus, you guys don't even know.
You're
how to
the one
riff
that brought
anymore.
up laying out clothes for them. I just wanted to give them a life.
All right. It's time for me to vote. It's tough. Gosh. And I hate to vote this way because I hate to keep his fucking smug streak alive, but I'm voting for Adam because his advice, I don't have to twist his advice to make it work like I did with yours. And
fuck you.
We explored the mountains very, very recently, and it was very fun. So
You're
saw
such
Adam's
a fucking
advice.
idiot. You two can have your little fucking 2-person daisy chain. You guys just suck each other off.
That's a 69.
Jesus.
You dumb fuck.
Now, Ben, why don't you go get in the way of some books?
What book is going to
on
explain
69ing? It's your guide to oral sex positions and what to call them.
Yeah, man, that's just 69. Oh, God. 2-person daisy chain is still funnier, though, I think. No, Andrew, you had to pick. Adam's been financially abusing you for so long. It's clear he is.
The mail order bride was inherently pretty problematic. I'd have to really massage that to make it work like
massage
practical
is
advice.
That what it's called? You'd have to massage it. That's where
The bottom line is I win again. I'm unstoppable lately, and it's sad. I wish one of you would
I wish you had one too. I wish Ben had given me winning advice.
And
Okay,
I don't even fucking care about the pod.
That's what makes it even worse.
Here's what a final thought now that they voted, and now I can say this, now that the voting is off the table. This is something I truly believe in. For people listening out there, if your city is changing and you are super annoyed or bored with it and you can't leave, there are more and more people, if you live in the US or if you just live in a first world nation that has a lot of money, there are people that are moving here from other places that are coming here to better their lives. One thing that I really truly do believe that you can do, they're always looking for volunteers in your city to teach whatever the language is of where you're at. If you're in Denver, there are people who are moving here from other countries who need to learn English, who are taking classes, who need help learning how to navigate the system, our systems and our cities. A great way to appreciate what you have and where you live is to help someone new who has come here. And I think it is an incredibly valuable way for you to appreciate the assets that your city has. And I think it's a great way for you to also have your eyes reopened to how great of a place you live in by showing other people that who may need it most.
Too bad you didn't say that during the advice portion of the episode.
Well, this is a comedy podcast, you fucking asshole. And if I
didn't do the heavy lifting,
if I didn't do the heavy lifting, no one would be laughing. Okay? I got out of the way of books. I got in the game. And that's
the gall of you to do what you did on this pod and then stop and turn and be like, volunteer though, is just so fucking insane to me. You hate your city? Take an immigrant to the DMV. You'll fall in love again.
Fatality.
I stand by what I said. You can do a lot in your city and it'll make you appreciate it because you're part of the positive things. That's my opinion.
Fair enough. It's good advice, even if it comes suddenly and unexpectedly after nothing but left turns.
Okay. Let me remind you, Adam, that I merely brought up bringing a bride here. You're the one that wanted to dress them and brush their hair.
I'm sorry that you guys are not comfortable with how situations work and that I have to explain how things go down.
I love the phrase, you're not comfortable with how situations work. There's not a more vague statement.
Yeah, exactly.
You said, oh, the bride you can bring a bride to the city, as if it's just nothing but a fucking rom-com. And I sit there and I tell you a little bit about how it might go down. And you're uncomfortable with it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize we had to be children.
Well, what an episode.
We're going to take a break. We're going to put a listener poll on our Patreon. You chime in. You could tell us who you think won, or if you have better advice, which is pretty likely, you can let us know in the comments.
No, Andrew's right about that. If you have some advice for Andrew on this, he will read it, he will embrace it, and maybe even chime in depending on how.
No, I was saying shut up about it being better
day.
than ours. There's no way that our listeners are going to have better.
I think our listeners could do a lot of stuff that was better than yours.
Oh, jealousy coming out again. What a surprise. We haven't seen it in 5
Well,
fucking
it's he won, so it'd be weird that he would be jealous because he won.
Own win.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. The guy wins and he's still jealous of me. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'll tell you, it all relates to height. It's because I'm 5'11" and Adam is 5'6", and he is jealous of that. And I didn't do that. That's main genetics. It's cleaner air. It's cleaner water. Okay. It's opioids.
Because I've been hanging out at the Arsenal.
Yeah. Let's listen to some live stand-up comedy. As always, tickets to the Grawlix, they're on sale right now, and they have been going fast and they've been going quick lately. So you're going to want to get your tickets now to our live show. And if you're from out of town, come and see the live show in person. Come say hi to us.
Come enjoy Denver and tell Andrew about why you're enjoying it.
Andrew will show you around. Andrew wants to do that. He loves taking new people
out. All right,
out.
this is taking way too long. We have got to get to a clip. Let me pull one from the vault here. This is actually Mandal live at the High Plains Comedy Festival at our Grawlix show there. This dude's so funny. Enjoy this clip, and we will be back.
Third actors, you're on deck. Stay tuned.
I'm from Atlanta, where they make black people. It's great. It's fantastic. That's where we come from. This is y'all Atlanta. It's great. Y'all get to wear sandals year round. It's fantastic. I'm so happy y'all have a space. I knew I was in a different place. I met this white dude. I told him I was from Atlanta, and his response was, "Oh, you must know Tamika." That was it. That was our whole conversation. He didn't know more about me. I'm trying to explain to him why he shouldn't assume that type of stuff, right? He pull out his phone, pull up Tamika's Facebook. Y'all, Tamika's my cousin. Dog. This dude was racistly accurate. It's like he had the right answer, but he got there was all wrong. This is why math teachers make you show your work. You know what I'm saying? All right. I do like it here. I do think y'all doing too much with the dogs, though. It's getting out of hand. It's getting weird. It's too intimate, man. I hate when somebody rubbing the belly too low. You getting close, man. You know what you doing. You know what you doing when you rubbing that belly like that, man. You not slick. You not slick, man. Oh, this is his spot. No, ma'am, I think it's your spot. I think it's your spot, and you being nasty. Oh, he just loves it. I bet he does. We gonna call the sheriff and see if he loves it. Cause you going to jail, freak. You nasty. I like dogs. I just think people do too much. The other day I was talking about dogs on stage, and this lady yelled out, "Well, I have you know God is dog spelled backwards." And that ruined my day. That was the dumbest thing I have ever heard a person say out loud. What did she mean by that? So frustrated.
We are back. Welcome to the third act, everyone. We had a doozy of an episode, and thanks for listening to it. A lot of thanks to throw around. I want to thank Andrew for his hatred of his beautiful city he was born into. I want to thank Denver.
Anytime.
Denver, I want to thank it for being the best fucking city. I love this city. I still love it. I think it's doing the best it can with growth that's out of control everywhere. And I still love this place, and I love the people of the Mile High. Thank you guys so much. Vote Ben.
Go Broncos.
The season is over. The Broncos embarrassed themselves in the
Andrew,
final
hit
game
us
of the
with
season.
That. Just shut up, Andrew. You don't even fucking
Here's
know
the
what you're
reason
I
you should
watched
embrace
it.
Denver. You are lucky enough to be alive opposite the greatest basketball player of all time, who out of all the cities in the world, from Sombor, Serbia, somehow lands in Denver, Colorado to put on a miracle display for you and all the citizens. This is insane what we get to
Bet
watch.
you feel pretty fucking stupid
We
right
are
about
lucky
now,
to
Andrew,
be
don't
alive in the time of Nikola Jokic, the Joker. He's right there at Ball Arena most fucking nights. Get off your ass, Andrew. Save $50 and go watch the Joker play and tell me you're not happy to be in Denver, fucking Colorado.
Ouch. Mic drop. You dumb son of a bitch. You just showed
Ben, you didn't even know who he was talking about until
I
he
had
said
no
it at the
clue.
end.
I did not have a clue, but when he got there, I was like, I've heard this name before. I thought it was going to be former UFC heavyweight champion Shane Carwin.
Is he from Sombor, Serbia as well?
No, he's from Colorado Springs.
Okay, well.
Which is the Sombor, Serbia of Colorado. Andrew, do you have it in you? Can you make music? Can you make sound?
Can you make music?
Can you make music again?
Sound? Can you make sound? Andrew, can you make sound? Ben rushes to me on the battlefield.
Wearing an outfit that Adam has set up. All right.
Here we go. Plugs. Doom. What do you got?
Adam, what do you got?
I'm so glad you asked because I am headlining the world-famous Comedy Works on January 29th. The openers for that show include BK Sherrod, Andrew Orvidal of the Grawlix Saves the World, and Rory Scovel. Downtown Denver.
What a banger lineup.
It's a banger lineup, and I really want to pack it out. It's selling decently, but what if we sold it out? Wouldn't that be fucking amazing on a Wednesday? What a statement that would be.
That sellout energy down in that downtown club is electric.
It's crazy.
I am working on a new hour, and it's kind of like getting decent. I'm liking the shape it's in. I'm just being honest with you. It's kind of a fun hour, so come and see it and watch me work on it in one of the best fucking comedy clubs in the U.S.
Sweet.
Andrew, what do you
If you're
got?
listening to this the day it comes out, tomorrow is the first narrator's show of 2025. We have an amazing year of shows. It usually goes down the third Wednesday of every month, but this month it's tomorrow. It's the last Wednesday here. So come out. It's a great show. I believe producer Ron will be hosting it. So come on down, see people tell true stories on a theme. We've got a great year of programming ahead.
Also,
of
see what
us.
producer Ron's face looks like in real life.
People say he doesn't look like he sounds, but I think he looks exactly like he sounds.
Well, that's because you've made the connection. I think it would be shocking and jarring if I saw his face and I didn't know what he looked like. But he is handsome. I'm going to plug this. Adam, myself, and Rory Scovel, we've been doing a show, a movie night, where we interrupt movies. Basically, we sit on stage, we watch a classic, old, terrible movie, and we riff on it and have a great time. And they have been amazing. They're so fun. And tickets are going fast. That's going to be at the Bug Theater. So make sure you get your tickets now to see that. It's going to be such a good time.
Yes, indeed.
And what a great time to get tickets to all of these shows, plus the Grawlix live show down there in the show notes. I'm going to just run with it since we're going. I want to say big thank you to producer Ron Doyle for making this show happen. Huge thank you to Mike Henderson for your help recording the live show. You can follow us everywhere at Grawlix Comedy. Our theme music brought to you by Charlie Continental. And if you have not yet, check out our Patreon page for all kinds of bonus perks. Everything Grawlix, patreon.com/Grawlix saves. It was clumsy, but I tried to just go right into it.
All the information is there. That's for sure.
It's there, a little jumbled, but I did my best. And I think we can agree that's what Denver is doing right now.
I think we should remember what the city was about And the three of us in the dead of January should go to the confluence of Cherry Creek and the Platte and get into the water and start looking for gold.
Baptize ourselves.
And baptize ourselves in Coors Banquet beer.
In the shadow of the massive REI flagship store.
Right.
And there's also an Excel energy plant just up from that, too.
in a trash whirlpool in Confluence Park.
Yes.
I love it. I love
Remember what
Confluence.
this city's about.
Fucking A. That makes me
I'll just gently dunk you into some brown foam on top of the water.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would make everything you just said better is a little play us out, Charlie!